Hey there! So in this lesson, I just want to go over the new Cricut Design Space for desktop. First things first, nothing is changing about Design Space itself. It's just where this application is going to be used and stored is changing. And then they've added a few features for you. So first, I want to show you how to download it. And then I'll walk you through some of the new things that have come with this change, which is a good thing. So I first want you to go to design.cricut.com, and you'll need to sign in with your Cricut ID. If you don't have one, create one. So I'm going to sign in here with mine. And this probably will be redirecting. This is the first day of Cricut's official switch over to the desktop. But if you're here, you want to go click on, go down here, new project right here. And then it says important this version of Design Space will be expiring Wednesday, January 29th. Upgrade to the new Design Space for desktop now. So you obviously won't get this bar when you're watching this because it'll be post January 29th, but you will get a screen that will come up that will say download now, so you'll have the same option. So I'm going to click on download now. It's going to take me to their beta download section here, which this is going to be like the default that you'll probably see once it's post January 29th. You'll just get a screen like this that says download Cricut Design Space for desktop. Just follow the prompts to click the green download buttons. Then you want to choose a location on your computer. I'm just going to put it on my desktop. If you're on a Mac, you probably all want to store this in your applications. And we're going to hit save. It's going to download. You should only take a few seconds. You need internet connection for this part. So just so we're clear, you do need to be on the internet for the actual downloading portion of this. So then once it's downloaded here in the downloads bar, and I'm on a PC, so it's in the bottom left-hand corner, I'm going to double click to open it up. And it's going to take a couple seconds, and it's going to say installing, and it's just going to be loading that green bar, and it's going to be installing for you. Once it's gone through the first round of installation, you will probably see it saying installing updates or checking for updates. It'll go through another round of installation. And once this is installed, it's going to open up for you automatically. You can see now it says starting Design Space, so it's been installed, and now it's starting it for us. And now we get a window that looks like this. So we now have successfully installed the Cricut application on our computer. If you are someone who has used Cricut before, this is not affecting Android devices, mobile devices, iPads, iPhones. This is not changing anything for those. This is just for desktop users, Mac desktops and PC desktops. Okay, so I just want to clarify that real quick. Once we have our application open here, if you want to make it full screen, this little box right here in the top right hand corner that says maximize, just click on that and it'll expand to being a full screen for you. Okay, now how do we locate our Cricut application anytime we want to reopen it? Because if we can close it obviously by just hitting the X mark at the very top. But once it's gone, where do we find it? So to find it, if you're on a PC, you can just go to the type search here and do Cricut, and Cricut Design Space application will pop up. You can click on it or just hit open and it'll open for you. If you're on a Mac, you can also navigate to your applications and double click and open that way. You can also store it in the dock area and then double click and open Cricut Design Space from your dock on a Mac. Okay, so those are the two ways you navigate back to it every time you want to open the application. So let's look at some of the new things here. I'm going to start a new project, so I'm just going to click on New Project. And you can see that our canvas, it hasn't really changed. There's no, like, you know, we didn't lose anything. We didn't rearrange and get all confusing on us. It's still the same Design Space. They've just added some things, and even though I am on the internet right now, I am not connected to, I'm connected to the internet, but I'm not on the internet using this application, meaning if I were to turn my internet off, Here you can see I'm connected to the internet. I'm going to disconnect. And it says offline. You'll see a little orange button here in the top left-hand corner that says offline. So we still have design space, and we can still cut, and we can still work on designing some things here in design space, even though we are not connected to the internet currently. There are a few things that have changed though when you're offline. Your templates won't be available, and your upload button won't be available, meaning you can't upload your own SVG images. And I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get your own images available on Design Space in just a second. Let me reconnect to the internet here for a minute, because I want to take you back and show you the process of working on the internet versus not working on the internet. So let's go over to the Images tab here. I want to show you that with any Cricut Access images or your own uploaded images, you can download them for offline use. So what does that mean? That means that right now, when we are working inside of Design Space while we have an internet connection, they're still pulling this data and these images and our stored images from their cloud server. So that's what makes this very similar to working on the internet, yet still different. So let me show you the opposite of what that looks like so that you can understand what that means a little better. I'm going to go to my uploaded images again here. And these are my recently uploaded images. I'm going to click on this sunflower one right here. When you click on it, you'll have a green box that appears around it. And you'll also notice now that we have a download button here in the bottom left-hand corner. This is what you use if you want to be able to use this image when you do not have internet connection. So if I were to hit download, it takes a second, it spins, and then you'll see this little check mark appear in the corner of your image here, and it says, if you hover over it, saved for offline, meaning that this image will be available for me to use, design with, and cut with when I am not connected to the internet. Okay? So let me show you what that looks like now when I'm not connected to the internet. Let's do and airplane mode. Okay. So now we're offline. It just told us that. You can see we have our offline here. If I go over to images now, you can see I have a bunch of images here that I have saved for offline use. You see they have all these little check marks next to them, meaning that I can put any of these on my canvas and use them because I downloaded them for offline use. Here is our sunflower that we downloaded for offline use. So I can bring that in, insert it into the canvas, and it's currently not at the top corner. There we go. I'm going to ungroup this. And we can now design, cut, play around, whatever we need to do with this image for our project, we can still continue to do it even though we are not connected to the internet. This may seem like a bad thing to new Cricut users, but to people who are a little more familiar with Cricut, you know this is a good thing, and I promise newbies, you will see that this is a good thing in the long run. So be patient with the change, and you're going to see that it's actually beneficial to you rather than not. So let's talk about some other things that are different here. If I'm on offline, we can't use templates, we can't use uploads, we went over that. We can, of course, go to projects and do the exact same thing. I am under my projects, and these are the only projects that I've saved for offline use. So not only can you save individual images for offline use, you can also download and save actual projects for offline use. So anytime you're going to be like, I want to design, I want to do things without internet, just make sure you use that download button I just showed you. Let's go back online here. Back to canvas. Anytime you want to get back to the canvas, just click the canvas right there at the top. And in a second, it's going to update and say that I'm back online. Should anyways. We're off airplane mode. All right, there we go. So now we're back online. So you can go to projects and you can see, let me go to my projects. Here are all of my projects, but as we just saw on the offline, I only had a couple of them. because I had only saved like this one for offline, and this one for offline here, and this one for offline, and this one for offline. If you wanted to work with this offline, then you'll click the 3 little dots and you'll click on Save for Offline, and it'll do its little spinny thing there for a minute, and then it'll give you that check mark saying Save successfully. You can now use this project offline. So that is the biggest point of why Cricut did this, and the most important change you need to be aware of is saving for offline use and working offline versus working online. Okay, so the last thing you need to know is we talked about how to download images for offline use. We talked about how to download projects for offline use, but you also need to be aware of how to download text for offline use. So if I were to go over to my fonts here, let me type something on my screen. I'm just going to use my name. If I were to do this and then go over to my fonts drop down, you would see all of my fonts. You can see your system fonts, which are the fonts that I have installed on my computer, and if you don't know how to install them, I will provide a video for that so you know how to do that, because it's really handy to be able to download your own fonts. So you can see I have a lot of fonts here that I love to use that I've personally installed, and of course Cricut has their own fonts as well. So when we hover over each of these fonts, you'll see download appear right there to your right. So that's the same concept as we talked about with images. So if I want to make sure that, let's say I can use this one when I'm not connected to the internet, then I'll just click download. It'll take a second to do its thing and to save it for offline use. And then it's going to let us know font download successful, and you'll see that little check mark again. Of course, you can remove it if you want to, but you'll see that little check mark again. And when we disconnect from the internet, this will be available to us. So let's disconnect from the internet and let's see if it's there. All right, so now we're offline again. And there it is. 3 birds on parade is what I did, and you can see that little check mark is present, and I can still use that font and change it even though I am not currently connected to the internet on my computer. Let's talk about next some of these file, view, and help buttons up here at the top. I'm going to go back to my canvas. And if you do file, you can quit Cricut Design Space. You can also use the X mark at the top right-hand corner. You can also open a new window. So I'm going to do that. Click on New Window, and you see we have a brand new window that just opened up here. And you can maximize it as well by using that same maximize button if you want to do this. And you can design in one while another one's cutting. So when you were using Cricut Design Space on the internet, you could open up multiple tabs in the internet browser, right? And be maybe designing on one tab and then have your machine connected and cutting via another tab. You can do the same exact thing with desktop for Cricut Design Space. You just need to open up a new window. So just do that File, New Window, and you can open up as many windows as you want. I don't recommend going more than 2 usually. And you can actually cut on 2 different machines at the same time. For example, I have an Explorer machine and a Maker machine. So you can see right here that it says I'm registered as an Explorer user. You can use the drop down and select whether you have a Maker or an Explorer. And then if I wanted to, I could come over to this one and I could change it to Maker, and I could be cutting this sunflower out on my Maker machine using this tab over here to cut something else out on my Explorer machine. So you can also, dual purpose for that there if you have more than one machine. So that's a really cool feature. So don't worry about not being able to open up new tabs. You absolutely can, and you just need to do that File and New Window. So under View, we have Reload and Force Reload and Toggle Full Screen. If we do toggle full screen, that just takes away a little bit more of your of the padding around the screen there and just makes it a little bit bigger. I don't really think that that's necessary, so I just kind of leave that alone. But under Force Reload or Reload, if you need to refresh or reload anything or just reload the app without going through the process of closing it and then finding it again and opening it, you can just do a reload. You can do a force reload, which Cricut has suggested that if you're having some issues with like some of your projects not appearing, try a force reload and it should help those new projects appear. This is just in the transition phase here. It shouldn't be something you have to use a lot once the transition of this is over. And then we have our help button here. So anytime you think that there's a bug or something that's not working right, then go ahead and contact member care and let them know, because they are very eager to help you. They also have some help videos here, and you can learn more about them and attain other help as well. You can also use this little bubble down here to give feedback. So we can click on that, and they'll ask you to rate your experience, and you could give if there's certain things that are going wrong, like slow, it's crashing, if you're having certain issues with certain tools here in Design Space. And you can make your notes there. You can even draw on the screen to give an exact example of what's going on. And then you'll be able to send that to Cricut as user feedback. Okay, so that is one option there. I would encourage you to probably start with the contact member care. And then if you feel you need to provide feedback in a different way, then you can use that little bubble right there as well. The last thing I want to show you is this help button up here. We talked about that you could contact member care, but also if you ever need like quick answers, then go ahead and click on help. I don't know why I just lost internet again. It says it's connected. Oh, it's having a moment. All right, so click on help, and then a tab will open on your computer, help.cricut.com, which is Cricut's help database. So you can like search by keywords and things like that in their database. And if you ever need help with something specific here, you can find that here. So for example, there's some frequently asked questions that Cricut's put out about this new desktop version, and I want you to review those, because if you're having any issues, then this is a good place to start. So to do that, just do Design Space app for desktop. And the first one here says Design Space for Desktop Frequently Asked Questions. You'll also see Design Space for Desktop Installation Instructions. So I'm just going to click on the Frequently Asked Questions, and Cricut has been updating this kind of as this process of this transition has been going. So I wouldn't be surprised if some new things are added here in time as well, if anyone's having any issues. So it kind of explains what it is, why they're doing it, what the system requirements are. You need to make sure if you're a PC user, you have Windows 10 or newer. You need to make sure if you're a Mac user, you have the latest update as well. Cricut has made that very clear that you need to have those programs in tip-top shape for this to work smoothly for you. So you can come here anytime you have a question about this new Design Space for Desktop, and it'll give you some help to frequently asked questions here, and even direct you to a few other articles that they've written that can really help clear up some confusion that you might have if you still have some other questions after watching this video. So I think we covered the most important things. Anytime you want to get out of here, you can just hit the X button, or you can go to File and quit Cricut Design Space. Those are the most important new features about this, and I know this has been a rocky transition for some people, but it is a good thing, I promise. Once we get through the transition phase, everyone's going to be very happy that they made this change. So I hope this helped anyone who was maybe a little bit baffled about this change, or just needed to get all the information on how to update to the new Cricut Design Space app. So I'll see you all next time.